Oh, there's my girl. Hey, honey.
My
Come on in here. Let me give you a hug. How are you?
I'm good.
I can't lift my arms up too high. My shirt, my belly. You know, and I saw you night after night, hotel after hotel, city after city. And I just thought, I want to cook for her. I feel like I just need to make her feel special and just give her something to try to restore for the next tour date. Because I know when I was on book tour, it was so hard. I mean, it was a dream. It was everything I'd ever wanted. But then again, on the other hand, it's not easy.
It's not.
Okay, so this
Thank
is
you
your.
for having me.
Can you believe it? I just still can't believe
You know
you're
that
here.
I watch you on the Today Show, and you kill me, and I'm jaded, and I think that, I don't want to sound arrogant that I think people are not funny, but I've always, I'm around a lot of funny people, and everybody's on, and when I would see you, I would think, oh my gosh, she's naturally funny. You're very funny, and you need to take that as a compliment.
That's the biggest
Because as a
compliment.
comedian, we're very jaded and twisted. Okay.
This is your mama's chicken dressing recipe.
Lucille,
It's very special to
yes.
you. This is your sweet mama, your sweet little mama Lucille.
Lucille.
Now, it's not a hard recipe, but it's the steps and the technique that kind of gets you, whether it's going to be good or not. I've already crumbled up some cornbread, okay, because it's cornbread dressing. And there's nothing. She said a 10-inch skillet. Honey, I just always go big. I'm like, is that 10? That looks about like 10.
Well, somebody can always eat it and
Exactly.
milk afterwards if there's leftover.
Honey, absolutely. So now if you'll take that crumble cornbread, I'm going to put you to work a little bit because I heard that you don't really know how to make this recipe. You've only had it your
I would
mom
be
does.
breastfeeding and tending to little children when we would go to my little mama's in Adams, Tennessee, 500 people. I'm from farming people. We grew dark fire tobacco, alfalfa, and soybeans.
See, I'm from the same farming people, but we were cotton and soybeans only, and a little rice. See?
And my little mama and daddy had a meat house, and they did everybody's hogs and beef and all
stop.
that.
Did they do the good sausage?
The good sausage. Lucille did the sausage.
No.
Yeah, and people came from all over. And we tried to replicate it. But I don't have time to make sausage because I'm on tour. But anyway, she would be doing this dressing and have big pots of stuff going when we come home for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Well, when they had the meat house, it was deer season open, and we worked on Thanksgiving for years. And we would have our Thanksgiving.
Because you'd be processing.
We'd be processing and doing, and then my little grandmama would have our nanny, who was this tall, this wide, huge breast. We laid on her like a mattress. She made the dressing, and then Lucille, when she passed away, Lucille started making, and we'd shut down they retired from the meat house, and so Lucille would make it. And I would, I'd be nursing somebody or whipping somebody, not whipping, fussing, or whatever, and I was not able to make this dressing.
Well, good, because you're about to learn, sister. So here we go. So now what I did.
So you crumbled up those biscuits
We did.
in there.
And listen, the good news is you can use biscuits that you did a couple of days ago. This doesn't have to be fresh. You almost want it to be a little bit dry so that it's going to soak up all that good chicken broth. All right, so we're going to mix this together. And then the thing that I thought was so unusual, because this is not how I do it, your mama would boil these two things in the chicken broth.
Well, she's never sauteed anything. She
She
has
just
always
boils
said,
it.
well, she bowls a lot. And I don't know if it's because they were from Ireland people, and they would boil cabbage. Like my mother-in-law in Knoxville would saute her cabbage until it gets a little, dark.
Yeah, that's what I love. I love it.
But my little mama boiled potatoes, Irish potatoes, she called them. I thought she was saying ash. We had our own language. That's a whole nother thing. But anyway, all right, so she boiled instead of sauteing.
Well, we're boiling.
Yeah, she kind of did like Waffle
well, now
House.
that kind of makes sense to me because I was wondering. I didn't understand. But so now we've got 4 cups of chicken broth in here, and we've got our celery. Mama didn't do this, but I just think we need. Don't you? It just needs a little butter.
She probably
Everything.
did that. and
She just didn't
tell
want me to know.
that.
See, I knew. I'm telling you, I know Lucille. I had a Lucille. My great grandmother was so nuts. She would, if she baked a cake and it didn't turn out, she wouldn't put it in the garbage can because she didn't want anybody to find it. She would go and dig a hole and she would bury it in the yard so that nobody would know that she had made a mistake. Those are the kind of crazy people I know. So now we're gonna leave that for a minute and then we're gonna come back over here. We're gonna add our chicken.
Were you good at science in school?
Dumb as a box of rocks. Do you understand?
No,
I
bet you weren't.
No.
Science cooks. I think good cooks are science people.
Honey, I couldn't even get out of college. I barely got out of high school. I failed my senior year. I was just hyperactive. I was talking. I was hyperactive, and I was attention deficit. Nobody knew what that was then. They just thought I wasn't real smart. And
but so creative.
Yeah. Oh no.
And just probably
well,
running on
now I realize I'm smart. I mean, obviously. Or just a hard worker, or just don't understand the word no. Okay, this is a little hard. This is a little hard to find, I'm not gonna lie. Cream of celery, people.
You think that's hard to find?
Cream of celery has gotten a little scarce. I'm not
What is going on with the celery in the United
know.
States of America? The cream of... I always kept it. I've always had it.
Well, you need to stock up on it because I have a feeling it may be going away with the cream of asparagus, and that is a problem.
Oh, Lord, don't tell me
I know,
that.
one more thing for you to have to worry about today. Now, this is just our cream of chicken, okay? And I put cream of chicken in my dressing too. So I completely agree with that.
So the cream of celery was new for you?
Yes, but I like it. And I really do like this recipe. All right, so let's go get our bowl. Because the thing that you have to realize is that after we mix this up, it's still going to go back into a casserole. Then we're going to cook it again. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even if, I mean, it would be great if we had spent the time, but it's going to be just fine.
But you're right, Lucille was boiling because she was probably going up back and forth up to the building, we called it. It was behind our house. And she did the money, the wrapping, the calling, the telling people to pick up she skinned deer.
Jesus!
She skinned the deer and could do it with a golf ball in less than 2 minutes.
What?
She could also eat, she liked to eat chicken wing and kind of ate the bone. But she is so funny. And people say to me all the time, where did you get this from? And
From
it's
your mama.
Lucille.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you.
She dazzled everywhere and everybody loved her.
Everybody just
everybody
adored
still
her.
loves her. Everybody still loves her and goes by as a singer.
Okay, see this?
That is a big gob of stuff. It looks just like Lucille
I know,
on
it's
Christmas.
it's just.
That does.
You know, a bigger bowl probably would have been smart, but we're fine. You know, this is it. We've already messed this one up. I don't like cleaning.
Now, and she would roast a big old chicken, but people could do a rotisserie.
So this is, I mean, I just picked up this at the Kroger's, and I believe in that. I'd rather you use a shortcut. I'd rather you go pick up a chicken than not make something. Do you know what I mean? Some people are like, oh, well, I want to, I need to boil this and I need to do that, and then they just say forget it and just end up at Taco Bell, and that's not what we want.
No.
So I don't care what you have to do, and I'm sure a lot of chefs look at me and think, does she even know what she's doing? Well, I do, but I also have 3 kids. I also have a job, and I have another job, and I have this, and then I have this husband, and it's a lot. But I want to cook for them.
I know.
Okay, so now we're going to go in here, and then, now, put that in there. I made sure to really season my cornbread. My biscuits were salted. Your mama did not say one word about seasoning. Did she season things?
Yes.
Okay.
Honey, there was always bacon, pork fat, salt and pepper, all that. Yes.
So I went on and did that, even though the recipe didn't call for it. I just wanted to make sure that
she has had a stroke,
right.
so some things
That's
come and
what
go.
I was kind of thinking.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking. My precious mama, she had Alzheimer's, so we went through all that. But I did learn how to make the dressing. I made sure of it. They're just certain things.
So you're saying I ought to make sure that I cook my cornbread in bacon fat? Because I do.
100%.
I do.
Yes.
My cornbread.
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
I have a jar of it this big on the side of my stove.
Yeah.
That's hard for me to explain to the northern people.
I know.
They don't understand it. We're going to go into the oven with this one. Okay?
My hands are not as strong because I went through menopause.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
I used to be able to open jars, but people would bring me jars from next door. They'd be like, Elizabeth, I can't get this open. Can you get it? I was like, oh, yes. I can't open anything. They don't even work.
Yeah, it's your thumbs. And when
Why
you
are
go
they hurting
through...
so bad?
Because
right here.
Your hormones. Do you know that I had a podcast called Sweaty and Pissed, Menopause and More?
It hurt. Look at how swollen. Do you see? It just hurts.
Yeah, it's because you go through menopause and you have inflammation in your thumbs. It starts in your 40s. And then you can't open a pickle jar. So I think it's God's way of keeping you around your children. You know, and so that you can have help to open a jar.
It's the truth. I don't know.
I have no. Look, me and little Kay, when we're on the road carrying meals, it opens for me.
You can't do anything.
She's weak as water. I said, if somebody tried to kill us, I guess I would just throw you at them. I don't know what, because I have no strength in my hands.
in our hands. Oh, it's terrible.
We're pitiful. Okay, is that good?
I love this. And but the problem is when you only eat it twice a year, if you mess it up, I mean, that's it. Your whole year's ruined. So I'm really praying I didn't mess it up. So as much as I love chicken and dressing, I'd love cranberry sauce almost as much. Mm-hmm. I mean, did your mama serve it with that?
Yeah,
cranberry
she
sauce.
did. Yeah.
All right, so now because I'm so excited you're coming, I didn't know exactly which one you were going to prefer. So I did all three. I've got the now this is the jelly. It's got a no, it's not. It's a slice. Look at there. Oh, he's got whole berries in him, I think. Yes, he does. You're just going to have to do that. Okay?
Yes.
And then, but this is my favorite little guy. I don't like to eat. I like the fresh. Which one do you like?
I like all of it.
Okay.
But I am from country people, so we would take that whole cranberry and put that into a gelatin salad. Now, she would have this too. Mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking about.
We loved a good, with nuts.
A congealed salad.
A congealed salad.
There's nothing better. Nothing
with cranberries, but you got to order the cranberry Jello from Amazon now because people don't carry that. The cream of celery. There's going to be a run on cream of celery and cranberry Jello.
But now see, I don't like to eat it like this, but I love to look at it like this. I mean, that's hysterical. Watch this, and we're going to just slice it. Oh. You do it. There's something about it.
Elizabeth.
I think it's like relaxing. Doesn't it feel good?
Well, yeah, it kind of does. I guess Lucille was slicing it, and I never really got to enjoy it.
Like that was hard for me to let you do that, but that's okay because I like you, and I was going to let you enjoy it. Now we did, and I also make fresh. And so we just cook these berries down with sugar, a little bit of orange juice, and water. All right, so we're gonna have a little wine. All you're just gonna be flying today, so that's easy. You don't have to drive anywhere.
I know.
So one of the things, Leanne, when you Instagram messaged me, and I about had a heart attack. It's one of those things that's so hard because you're maybe I'm speaking for you, but you're happy, you're so excited, this is what you wanted all your life.
Yeah.
But then, you're not with your family and, it's
Well,
tough.
I think two things can be true at the same time. It is a blessing from heaven and a wonderful thing. I'm one of the top 30 touring comedians in the world.
You're number one to me.
And I'm 58 years old.
You're number one to me.
But, I've been doing this for 20-something years, so for this to happen to me... 23 years. And for this to happen, it's wonderful. And so two things can be true at the same time. It's a blessing from heaven, and it's exhausting. It's tiring. Not the shows. I feel energy from the shows. It's just the schlepping a suitcase and getting to the next town, and I'll do 2 or 3 states in a weekend.
I can't even imagine what that's like. But it's a wonderful thing. It was 15 years before I got my first spot on the Today Show. And I think that's probably one of the reasons that you resonate with me is because I always knew it's all God's timing, and it's always going to be the perfect right time. When we had little babies and all that, we couldn't be gone like this. You couldn't have done it.
No,
it wouldn't have worked had it happened years before. But now it can.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody at home but Chuck, and he seems like he's pretty self-sufficient.
Okay. He's okay. He wants me to work like a mule.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm praying that this is going to be just like your mama's.
Well, it looks and smells just like Lucille Fletcher's.
Right. Well, you just taste it, so. Oh, gosh, I'm so happy. Because I got to break my rule, Is it good?
It is really good.
If it's not, you better lie because I'm gonna die if it's not.
I swear I'm not blowing smoke up y'all's butt.
Good.
That is wonderful.
It is, isn't it?
It is. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, no, it really is, Leanne. To me, this is exactly how I like it. Like, I would not be upset if this was Thanksgiving. This would be perfect. I would be okay.
Oh my gosh, that is wonderful.
Oh, I'm so happy. Well, I'm gonna have to send some home with you, and then you can give some to your mama.
Oh no.
And she would love it. And so I've decided today, right here, right now, that I'm probably gonna eat dressing once a week from now on because it brings me that much joy. Why am I punishing myself?
I know, why are we holding on and not eating that?
Well, I'm telling you, I am from now on.
Well, I'm
done.
going to too, because it is. There's nothing like it.
I mean, that's the thing is that, when I'm cooking, I'm doing it because I want to show my love. It's how I show my love, and these recipes are super simple, super easy. I mean, I don't, none of my recipes, like I said, are hummingbird tongue on toast. Nobody wants to eat hummingbird tongue on toast.
I never heard of that.
No,
but it sounds
they don't.
horrifying.
Well, it's terrible. And can you imagine trying to get that tongue out of that bird?
That little tiny bird.
I can't even think about it. But
I do think us in the Southern,
this.
I do think us from the South, we show love through food. But I also think these Italian mamas do that too up north.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And Midwestern girls love a good cream of something in a casserole. Midwestern girls love that.
And they call it a hot dish. They call it a hot dish. They don't call it a casserole. Like we'd say a casserole, they call it a hot dish.
Oh, they do. I didn't know
Up
that.
in Minnesota.
In Minnesota. This, because it was my grandmama's and then Lucille's, and I remember going to my grandmama's farm. My grandparents were farming people, and she had 5 girls, 4 of them at home.
No.
My Aunt Minnie delivered my mama, and then I think made a Jell-O salad afterwards. And strong, hardy people, and they raised their own chickens.
I have 3 girls. I would have died if I'd had 5. I cannot even imagine.
I know, she was tough, short, wide, nursed them all, talked on the phone while she cooked 3 meals a day for people working in the fields. And she had a bunch of cats. They had bird dogs. My little granddaddy, Pap, who I look just like, sweet spirit. My son Charlie's just like him, likes to be outdoors. If everybody's in a fight and wanting to cry and fight, they just walk out the door with a fishing pole or whatever and go,
Goodbye.
Get some peace. But she had all these girls, and then all their children, and we would go after church, and Nanny, we called her, would feed all of us, and she had biscuits and cornbread every meal, and then she had a lard stand. And then, all right, we moved to San Antonio, Texas with Chuck's job for 3 years.
You did that.
Had a ball. It's just like I was on vacation. We went to Fiesta, Texas, SeaWorld, the Alamo. Chuck worked like a mule, and we had a ball. Okay, and but while we were down there, wait, what was I going to say about San Antonio?
Well, you were just talking about your people.
Oh, okay. I went on a field trip with Charlie, my oldest, and he was probably in about 4th grade, and we went to Lyndon B. Johnson's ranch.
Oh, nice.
On the Pedernales River.
Oh, I bet it's beautiful.
And it was beautiful, and it was that song, Raindrops Keep
Falling on my head.
Was while you rode in the trap.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
B.J. Thomas. Anyway, they talked about the horror of the Vietnam War and what all he went through, but he had all of his cows there, and they were descendants of his cows. They were those big cows with the white face fur on them. But anyway, it was a working ranch, and on the side of this ranch was a farm that was like from the 1700s, and they walked us through this house, this farmhouse, and told us how they did things and how they never wasted anything, and they used the eggshells, and they used all this stuff. And I swear it was like, oh my gosh, these are my people, farming people. Because my grandmother, when they said she used her eggshells to fertilize, and now those people used hair for jewelry. My people didn't do that. But all the things they said and the language they used on this tour was just like my people. So I come from very, very farming generations back that are from, I guess, German, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, that would settle on land and like eat off the land and do all that.
Right.
So my people killed their beef, their hogs, grew every vegetable.
Unbelievable.
Mama would go to town every once in a while and buy some Little Debbie's, and she would buy those oatmeal cakes, and I hated them. I hated them. I was like, why can't you get a Swiss cake roll? But she did it for my sister Beth, who's older, and we're scared of her. So I just didn't eat processed food. I would play basketball and have basketball practice from high school, come home and eat pinto beans. She'd have them in the oven. They wouldn't even be in the refrigerator. They'd have pork fat in them.
Ready.
Yeah, y'all should have seen me. I was so lean and people thought I had an eating disorder. I didn't, but I just ate everything fresh off the
It's
land.
all the difference.
But anyway, this makes me think of going to Nanny's on a Sunday, and then all the cousins would get out there and like jump off top of a hayloft, and I'm shocked none of us got killed. We would all go, let's go stand up against the electric fence and see what happens.
see how bad it hurts.
I know,
Yeah.
terrible things. But
Yeah.
anyway, this is what it makes me think of, you angel. And we should be eating this every week.
You're right.
Life is short.
It is
We
short.
could die tomorrow. Shouldn't we be
Exactly.
eating dressing?
Exactly. Yes. And I can't thank you enough for coming today. You have no idea. I have wanted to cook for you, and I just can't imagine it could have been any better.
Well, you angel, thank you for having me. I have felt a little flutter in my heart because it's kind of like being with Elvis, and I thought Elizabeth. Because I would see you on the Today Show, and honest to goodness, I know this sounds so arrogant, and I don't mean for it to, but as a comedian, we get, you go to church and a preacher's trying to be funny, which I've been around a lot of funny preachers. But everybody's always
like,
a comedian.
Just stop.
And you think, so they're not that funny. And they go, let me tell you this. And you have to be in an airport going,
oh, you're hilarious.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not
you're
funny.
not funny.
You are very naturally funny.
Well, I appreciate
You really
that.
are. And I thought you were so funny on the Today Show. And I always enjoyed watching you in my gown.
Well, wonderful. Well, I'm going to send you some books.
Oh!
And I'm going to send your mama some books.
I would love that, you doll.
Good.
I would love that.
And I got some cheese straws and some mini cheeses, chicken salad you got to take home to Chuck.
Oh,
That
my
sound good?
Lord.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You just put it in your bag and roll on.
I can put it in my bag. I don't have to ice it down. I won't land until 8:44 p.m.
Oh, it's going to be just fine.
I have taken hot dogs from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, yeah, home?
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Everywhere I go, somebody brought me pork rinds at these Memphis
Oh,
shows.
God, they're so good.
And barbecue sauce and pork rub. So people give me that kind of stuff. And I remember, when I've been with other celebrities, when people would give them stuff and they would just kind of leave it behind. I can't leave that behind. I need that pork rub.
Yes, and you need that. You need it all.
Yeah, and
Oh, I get so
to get to eat a
excited.
pork rind.
I get so excited about this free stuff.
I do too.
Snacks.
Snacks.
When they have a good snacks in a, like a green room or whatever,
Yes.
y'all, I'm like, it's free, y'all get your purse, And I am putting those nabs in there and this, and they're always
I do
nice
too.
snacks. I love a snack.
They are, and you never know. I've got 2 grandbabies. You never know when you get in a pinch, and somebody needs a pack of nuts.